Hello, everyone. Welcome to another episode of Time Added On. My name is Alfredo and
And I'm Cristiano Oliveira.
Every week, we bring you 5 topics, 2 minutes per discussion. We offer our opinion. First up is Zivkovic. Zivkovic, who was something that we always criticized Rui Vitória about, was the fact that they didn't give time to Zivkovic. But now, with Lage having 14 games under his belt, Zivkovic is really one of the main choices for him.
Yeah, there's definitely something there. We don't know if it's intensity in trainings. We don't know what it is, but obviously Zivkovic has not been the same player he was last year under Rui Vitória once Krovinovic picked up the injury. If you guys remember, he stepped in and filled in for Krovinovic, and I thought he was spectacular. I thought he had a really good second half, and he was one of the big reasons why Benfica even kept it close last year all the way down to the wire.
Yeah, in the 14 games that Lage has been in charge, Zivkovic has only started 3. He has gotten 105 minutes off the bench. That's 6 games off the bench. So a total of 9 games that he has participated in. So yeah, so as Cristiano mentioned, there's probably something to do with intensity, dedication, and training. And we know that Lage is big on training and big on the intensity that you put in training. And perhaps the intensity is not there. Perhaps that's also something that Vitória saw. But the truth of the matter now is that nobody's really questioning whether Zivkovic is getting minutes in this team under Lage or not. So now everybody's questioning the professionalism of Zivkovic.
Well, look, I think a lot of that has to do with the fact that you have Rafa, who's playing absolutely lights out right now. You're not really missing a Zivkovic. Benfica has changed their system from a 4-3-3 to a 4-4-2. You have Gabriel, who's playing really well in the middle. Samares, who stepped in, another guy that was seldom used. And now he's playing, like the Samares we all anticipated when we first signed him way back 4 years ago. And then, you have João Felix up top. Jonas, who's coming in right now, subbing in for Seferovic. So everyone's really hitting on all cylinders, and Benfica's winning games, which at the end of the day is the most important thing, which is to get the 3 points. And that's exactly what Benfica is doing. So I think, therefore, there's not much criticism on the fans' part as far as Zivkovic. The only little knock I have on Zivkovic, and you guys know I think he's a baller. I think he's got tremendous feet, and he's great at finding passes. The one knock on his game is he doesn't find the back of the net as much as a guy with his ability should. So maybe that's the reason why he doesn't play out on the wings as much as he should be, because he doesn't score as much as, the other options that Benfica currently have on the roster. PZ's a guy that could score, could assist. Same thing with the Rafas of the world. So I think that might be the only reason. I mean, I mentioned training, and I know we're going over the 2 minutes, but this is my show. I do what the hell I want. I mentioned training because it's got to be we're not privy to see what these guys do in training.
Yeah.
So based on his ability alone, we don't understand why he doesn't play, but like we mentioned, maybe there's something else behind the scenes. Moving on and talking about players, man, talking about players that are seldomly used by the coaching staff, whether it's Bruno Lage, Jorge Jesus, Pinto Costa, Bella Gutman, whomever it may be. Adel Taarabt, a guy that our president, Luis Felipe Vieira, once said, this guy will never wear a Benfica jersey again. He'll never play another game representing Benfica. He is back, and he's back at doing his thing. He's playing extremely well on the B team. He played particularly well this weekend against Benfica, 2 assists in the game. It looks like he's getting his rhythm back. Alfredo, you think this guy gets called up to the team at some point here?
Look, I know that Taarabt has always been a favorite of yours, right? We've had this running joke on the Benfica podcast about Adel Taarabt, and we talk about him all the time whenever there's a chance to do it, right? Look, Lage came in, he gave a clean slate to every single player. The focus was on the intensity, and he said that Adel Taarabt, I didn't even know that Taarabt had been working out with the team, but the fact of the matter is that he had been working out. Lage recognized the fact that he had been working out with this intensity, the same level of intensity that he requires from his players, and now he's getting a chance in the B team. He's gotten 3 starts in the B team. 2 of them, he finished the game. He's seeing his fitness level go up, and look, whether he gets called up to the A team or not, I'm not sure. I don't know where he could slot in right now in the A team.
Look, I think you look at the guy, and he's half of the person. As a person, he's half of what he was a couple years back when he first got to Benfica, and he said that the gyros or whatever the hell it was, the broa in Portugal was phenomenal. The guy's absolutely lost weight. He looks like he is in top physical shape. He's getting himself back into the game rhythm, and we know the one thing the guy has bundles of, that's talent. The guy is a magician with the ball. He's obviously bringing in the intensity that Bruno Lage is looking for in a player, looking for in a practice. Maybe this is where Zivkovic is lacking and Nadal Taarabt is not lacking. So I'm glad that he's back on the coach's good graces, and credit to Bruno Lage to not just shut the door on a player that he previously did not work with. And I think this is, could only get better for Taarabt and Benfica.
Next topic, Benfica's next opponent in the Europa League, Eintrach Frankfurt. The team that has been the surprise of the Europa League. They've had quite a campaign in the Europa League. They're currently 5th in the Bundesliga. Did not suffer a loss all of their group stage and have progressed. They have gotten past Lazio. They have gotten past Shakhtar in the round of 16, and now they get past the Inter. So this is a team that it's not burning any trail. They're not trailblazing anything in the Bundesliga, but they have found their niche in this Europa League, and they think they're probably a team that could probably make a dent and make a name for themselves.
Even in the Bundesliga, they sit 1 point behind 4th place. I mean, this is a team that's having a better season than anyone anticipated. Luka Jovic, the Benfica low knee, is tearing the league and the Europa League apart. The guy's got 15 goals in the Bundesliga. To be brutally honest, off the top of my head, I don't know how many he has in the Europa League, but maybe I should have done my homework prior. But they have 7 in the Europa League. They have very good players. They have a Frenchman who plays alongside Jovic up top. Haller. I can't pronounce his name. Sorry, French people, but I pronounce it Haller. He's got 14 goals, and he's got nine assists as well. In the Bundesliga, they have a couple of Croatians, very nifty midfielders. They have a really good roster, and so this team is absolutely going to come at the start of the lose on April 11th, and Benfica and Bruno Lage is going to be prepared. I don't think they're going to take them for granted like they did with our last opponent in Zagreb. I think Benfica is going to be very aware of these key pieces, and it's going to be up to the Ferros of the world and the Rubiniers of the world to perform and stick and be able to control Jovic, who you know is going to come at the start of the lose and want to prove something.
He's going to want to prove, look, that's something that Benfica will no longer have the ability to rotate the squad. Now we're getting deep into the Europa League, so now it's time to go. Also, coming up now, Benfica takes a break for international break. Here's the thing. We've always been very critical of international breaks because they always end up coming at sometimes not the best of times, right? Benfica is just getting into a rhythm now. They're getting into that rhythm of playing every 3 days with the Europa League along, or every 7 days. The players got that routine. Now they got to break that routine, go to the international break. For Lage, for example, he is opening the training session on Wednesday to the fans, but he hasn't really had much time. He didn't have a preseason with this team. There's still a lot of things that need to work out according to him. It's game by game, practice by practice. So this is probably a welcome thing for him, regardless of being out of 10 players that were called up to their respective 11 to their respective national teams.
Look, hats off to Lage, first of all, for opening up training to the fans, and I think Benfica, that's another topic for another day, but I think Benfica is doing well by bringing in the fans and getting them close to the team, even though he is missing a lot of crucial players. Now, there are times when you don't want Benfica or any of your teams, whatever team it is you root for, to stop because they're on a rhythm. Benfica really only had the one slip up against Belenenses. Otherwise, in the Liga, they've been phenomenal under Bruno Lage. But right now, look, this is a welcome break, in my opinion. You have Benfica, who's very thin up top with Jonas and João Felix. You have a chance to get guys rested, like Feja picked up another knock after coming back for the first time since January. Seferovic will be available by the time we come back from this international break.
Salvi and Jardel.
So I think this break is actually a welcome break if the guys that are out on international break, the 11 players, do come back 100% the same way they felt going in. They come out that way. I think this will be a welcomed break for Benfica and Bruno Lage.
Yeah, and our last topic, and I know that we usually take turns announcing the topics, but I might as well take this one, right? International Champions Cup, as you know, a big prestigious tournament that takes place in both Asia and the Americas. Benfica has been invited again. The fixtures will be announced on the 27th. So opponents and dates and venues will be announced on the 27th for Benfica. We'll find out a little bit more. And Cristiano, you've always been a huge supporter of Benfica's presence in this type of tournament because there's a certain elite of teams that play in this tournament.
Oh, absolutely. Look, when you are a boat maker or a TV maker or a toy maker, whatever the hell it is you do for a living, you want to be at these magnificent events on the Jacob Javits Center in New York City, at these big exposés where everybody comes and presents their products because everyone's going to be able to see your product and where otherwise they might not be able to see it. And this is a similar situation. Yeah. All the teams, all the big sharks around the world, all the teams with prestige, the teams that make money respectively in their country, the teams like today's announcement, the most successful team in the history of Portuguese football. Those teams all join up and they partake in this event. I think it's absolutely fantastic that Benfica is once again taking a part in this year's ICC tournament. I think it's an opportunity for Benfica to show their brand of football to the rest of the world, to the otherwise, to the people that just watch the EPL or whatever league it is that they do watch, La Liga. They don't pay much attention to Portuguese football. Yeah. They have an opportunity here to market to those other fans, and I think it's absolutely the right thing to do. I know some of you might be against Benfica playing in these tournaments because you feel they get tired coming into the start of the season. It is what it is. Look, I think you want to play with the big boys. You got to be amongst the big boys.
Look, absolutely. Benfica is rightfully tagged with the best team in Portugal. Yeah, they are the best team in Portugal. Most titles, regardless of when those titles were won or not. But we have been the best team in Portugal in the past 6-7 years, right? So it's only appropriate that Benfica gets tagged. Also, if it's a tournament where all the top teams get pulled in, all the elite teams pulled in, it's only fitting that Benfica is in it, right? And as Cristiano mentioned, there's a lot of guys that don't follow, a lot of fans that don't follow the Portuguese league, and this is a chance for them to watch a team. And I got to be honest, with the style that this Benfica team plays, it's very attractive. So it's a chance for Benfica to win some more fans, and also a chance for us fans here on this side of the Atlantic to be able to see the team up close. And we know that Benfica has a huge following in North America, both America and Canada, of course. So we're excited. We're excited. So that is all we have for this week. We'll be back next week, maybe, or in a couple weeks since we have international break. Thanks a lot for checking us out.
Stay tuned to Benfica Independent. We'll release this and any upcoming shows. We'll let you guys know. But appreciate the support. Keep clicking on the views. Keep watching. Subscribe to Benfica Independent. Subscribe to everything we do here on the channel. Yeah. And we look forward to being back in a couple of weeks and talking about the Glorioso once again.
My name is Alfredo Fumaças.
And I'm Cristiano Oliveira.
See you, everyone.
Peace.